Thank you for having me this afternoon. My name is Bongiwe Mabusela. I work for Department of Mineral and Petroleum Resources in South Africa. Currently responsible for the empowerment transactions in the department. I also drive initiatives that talks to transformation and empowerment of marginalized groups. But just to understand my background, I went to school, I studied education and law. After finishing up that, I became an intern within this Department of Mineral Resources and Energy by then. I was fortunate to work for the Office of the Director General. So I was trained by the best, where all decisions of the department, I will get to understand what is happening with the department, what are the decisions that the department needs to take. So I learned a lot because I was involved in submissions. I will see what is happening if somebody wants to prospect. So after that, I then decided to, as I was rising through the ranks, I went to the provinces in South Africa, also the same department. So I have a vast experience in understanding the provinces. I went to the biggest province in South Africa, which is Northwest Province. I was responsible there for what is called social and labor plan. It is about ensuring that mining companies contribute towards the socio-economic development of the areas which they operate. I then, after that, moved back to our head office, where I became now an overseer of 3 provinces, including Northwest again. And then I got this position now to become a director of empowerment transactions assessment. This position, as I've indicated, it's about ensuring that historically disadvantaged South Africans enter the space of mining industry in South Africa. You will understand that previously South Africans were not, especially the disadvantaged ones, were not allowed to participate in this industry. And my position ensures that they do participate, so I assess those transactions. Educationally, after I finished my junior degree, as I've indicated, I went to VETS to do the postgraduate program within VETS Business School. I finished that, then I decided to capacitate myself. I was fortunate to get an exposure through Rand Merchant Bank here in South Africa, where I was able to go there and understand how measures and acquisitions work. When I saw that while I am a little bit behind, I decided to register for MBA within the University of Cape Town, the best business school in Africa. In fact, the best executive MBA program in the African continent. I registered and finished it within a record time. So that experience on its own transformed my thinking patterns. I am so grateful that I did that. So now I do this complex work with confidence because there are a lot of complexities around this, and communities want to participate. You have traditional leadership at the other hand that wants to lead communities. So I have that type of an experience and background. Yes, there are specific projects that I'm currently excited about. If I may think, it's the projects around on how best can we involve women, and also how best can local communities participate within this whole ecosystem of mining industry. So I looked into at that in terms of ensuring that there's inclusion. And one of the key aspects that we look into as a variable is the issue around transparency. We believe that mining industry should be transparent. In fact, also government should be transparent. If we want to be the best destination, we believe that there should be transparency. South Africa, as you know, is busy, is in a process of developing a cadastry that will assure investors that there is transparency. But on my side, I am so excited that where we saw women were not participating in this industry, where we saw youth was being marginalized, I champion those initiatives to ensure that there's inclusion and participation of these marginalized groups. So when you look at these things, they make me so excited because you will know that the gender stereotype that women cannot be in this industry, we are breaking those stereotypes by ensuring that these systemic barriers are being broken and ensuring that youth, which is our future, is participating in this industry. So I'm very excited to see that indeed these projects and the mining industry in South Africa is embracing this. Well, before I talk about challenges, I think I need to focus on opportunities. Maybe challenges are more. So let me talk about opportunities that are there. We have, when I look at the continent, we have an opportunity to maximize what we have in terms of ensuring that there is beneficiation in this industry. We do not export jobs. The minute we don't manufacture in our continent, we are exporting these jobs. So this is an opportunity for African continent because we've got all these critical minerals that are needed by the world. All these rare earth minerals, we are hearing the geopolitics that everyone is talking about rare earth minerals. And as the continent, we've got to be very excited that we have an opportunity that we can leverage. We are not beggars as the continent. We could use what we have as a God-given resource, as a leverage to be able to negotiate whatever or to make this continent a better continent for all. But yes, challenges are there. We have to have stability in our continent. It is a very, very serious issue. And stability, it's something that is needed. We have seen social tensions. I'm talking here in South Africa, where the mining communities are not happy on what is happening. They demand opportunities. They close the gates of the mines. But these are the challenges that I believe if we develop, if we give opportunities, we'll be able to break all these challenges. And also, I believe that if we can be able to focus on these women that are sometimes being perceived as that they don't understand what is happening. We've got mentors that are women, that are leaders. I mean, if you look at, I'm reminded of DRC president of Glencoe, is a woman. She can be the mentor of other women that want to participate in this space. So we, as much as we have a challenge of lacking women, but we still have opportunities of these women that can be mentors. We have a challenge that is more of a cultural perception that women cannot be in this space. They deserve to be in the kitchen more than the boardrooms or more than the real operation. So I believe that these challenges, these gender bias mentalities can be dismantled the minute men understand that we need to share on these resources. Women are also capable as much as the men are capable. And also the other challenges that I've observed is the issues around budgets that are not fully allocated for women and youth to participate. But on the other side, the challenges are issues of infrastructure. We need to ensure that there's no infrastructure deficit in our continent so that investors can be confident that we want to come to Africa. There is energy security, one of the key areas where issues of energy are kind of, if you look at us as the continent, we have a huge challenge around energy security. So I believe as a continent, we've got to jack up our pace and begin to look at how best can we ensure that all these a deficit in terms of infrastructure, in terms of logistics, in terms of energy security are kind of addressed. And also the issue of the connectivity. You know, this digital divide that I have observed, that it is a huge challenge. There's no connectivity. Our youth need to be capacitated around digital skills so that they can be able to compete on issues of artificial intelligence, automation. So we still lag behind, and I believe that we have capabilities. We've got the most brightest people in this continent, but we've got to just rechannel our energy and begin to think that no one is going to come and rescue us as Africans. We've got to rescue ourselves. Well, the most underestimated resource in DRC, especially in Lubumbashi, is its people. The warmth, the hospitality, the entrepreneurial spirit. It is the most underestimated resource. You go there and see people are very ready, energetic, jacked up. They want to do something. And we keep on thinking that, well, there are these things that are said through propaganda sometimes, that no, you don't need to go there, this will happen. But it is something very different. I've been there. In fact, I can't wait to be in DRC. So I am calling upon anyone who is in the world right now to just come to DRC this June. You will never be the same. The experience, you will never forget it. The amount of opportunities that are untapped. We in DRC, actually, when I compare opportunities that are in this continent, I think DRC is the leader where we can tap into this opportunity. So my experience over the years is that it is a thriving city, a thriving country that is ready to embrace everyone, that is ready to say, how best can we collaborate so that we take this continent forward? How best can we open our country to ensure that the investors from the world are having assurance that their investment is in safe hands. The people there are willing to collaborate. The companies there are willing to offer opportunities. In fact, the cadastry there in DRC, I've spoken to the leader, CEO of the mining cadastry in DRC, who told me that there are lots and lots of untapped opportunities. So I'm saying to the investors, come to DRC. You will never be the same. In fact, if you want to boost your own revenue streams, or you want to tap into the other areas which the world is busy rushing to want to tap into, you must come to DRC. There are lots of opportunities. Indeed, you are correct that the suppliers in DRC and consultants seem to do very well. Well, I must say that in South Africa, the suppliers have been there, they've done these things, they have already built big mines, they've already consulted on behalf and advised on these mines. So these South African suppliers that are doing very well in DRC, they are able to say, we are here not to take over, but to collaborate with the locals. And they are saying, we are here to learn from the locals. You know, there's nothing that is important as someone who's got an open mindset, who's willing to collaborate with other people. So suppliers and consultants are doing very well indeed, because one, there are a vast of opportunities just to say, how am I going to offer the business skills? Just things that people will underestimate, like ensuring that the locals that want to do business, the business skills are offered, because the energy is there, the attitude is right, because people want to participate, but sometimes there are gaps there and there. So these opportunities are there for consultants. And for suppliers, if you look into the things that those mines need, most or maybe 95% are not done in DRC. So it's a vast opportunities to move things from South Africa. I was talking to another company, I think 2 weeks ago, which is here in South Africa, which wanted to supply reagents and chemicals to DRC. And I see these are the opportunities where South Africans, they've done this in these mines, they can be able to say, we will go to DRC. It's an open market that is able to embrace everyone, as long as we are going to also embrace the locals and make sure that you collaborate with them, and you, as you move forward with them. Yes, both countries are the mining hubs as indicated, and we've got a loaded history. And we have common challenges. But let me talk about our history in South Africa. We have a history in South Africa that is known through apartheid. And let me say, the people that have developed laws in South Africa, they thought of things that ordinarily somebody who doesn't understand our history will undermine. For instance, if you look at the mining charter that was developed in 2004, the mining charter speaks to issues around ensuring that the opportunities are expanded substantially and meaningfully for historical disadvantaged South Africans to enter and benefit from these resources. And also, it recognized that we are from a very bad history. That's the Charter of 2004. So the whole intention that was there on that framework was to ensure that we recognize the history, and recognizing this history, we need to do something. We need to ensure that those ones that were marginalized must participate. So if you look at DRC, how would we then make sure that the locals are participating? For any country, I believe, if you want to end peace, peace is earned through development. Peace is earned through participation. A hungry stomach is an angry stomach. And the relationship between DRC and South Africa is that relationship of, we are Africans. We are strategically positioned at the SADC. We could move together. We could work together and do trade amongst ourselves so that we can take our countries forward. So it's a very, very good and strong relationship that we see each other as brothers and sisters. When I see someone from DRC, I say it's another brother from another mother. So it's a very, very strong relationship that seeks to embrace, that seeks to ensure that these countries, they develop. And we can learn more from each other by virtue of the skills and experiences that we have. My message this year is that value through collaboration, shared value is needed if we want to be a sustainable mining industry. We need to ensure that there's collaboration. We need to ensure that the mining ecosystem benefits those ones that are on the periphery, those ones that have been marginalized. We need to make sure that as we do all these things, as DRC, we are open to investments. Our policies are very clear for investors that want to come and invest in DRC. No mine will want to come to any destination if they are not going to be competitive, if they are not going to make sure that they make money. So as they make money, my message is there should be performance with purpose. Any company that is going to perform and make profits, they must not forget the bigger picture of ensuring that the purpose is achieved. The locals are participating. DRC as the country is developing. It's not left behind. We do not want, after these resources are depleted, we are back to stage one, where now we are left with ghost towns, where now we are left in worse situations than where we were before. So I am saying collaboration is key, sustainability is key, and we've got to have shared value that is taking into consideration of the locals. Well, my vision is very clear. African mining is the primary driver of economic transformation. African mining is what will take us forward. And as Africans, we've got to be ready to grab these opportunities with both hands. As Africans, we have to have the right skills, and that needs from all spheres of leadership what is called authentic leadership, where no one who is given a position to lead is gonna lead without ensuring that they are authentic in their approach. So it's very important that as we lead, as we are participating in this industry, we come with that clear theme on our minds that Africa is ready to take the world by storm. Africa is ready to embrace fourth industrial revolution. Africa is ready to explore other areas and use these God-given resources to take this continent forward.